actually learned that a while ago you could breathe out, but make it sound like you're breathing in. So I think it's like, see, breathing out. Got your ass. Good morning, GMGM. My name is Dude Lifts. This is Scroll With Me, where you get wonderful snippets like that. You learn something new every day. That was your anatomy lesson for the day. That the vocal cords are an incredible thing. I actually did see something recently. My brother and I have this weird bit where we send videos of each other or videos to each other whenever we find Mongolian throat singing, that comes across us organically on the timeline. Timeline provides. And so it's a running bit. So I told myself that I was going to try to learn how to do that. I've made zero progress towards that whatsoever, but it is a goal of mine to be able to activate both sets of vocal cords at the same time, because it sounds crazy because they're like, and then just some like weird shit on top of that. But hey, alas, now that you've gained some insight into my pathology for the day, like I said, my name is Dude Lifts. This is Scroll With Me, where we scroll the crypto Twitter timeline together. We try to understand the vibes, what's going on. Since yesterday, we saw that Finn's Bags launched a Kanye coin, which didn't go over very well for Orangey and the gang. Then we saw maybe actual, not Kanye, but from Kanye's account, launch a coin. So, Anthony says Pavarotti lifts. I look up to Pavarotti. If you want something to bring you to tears, look up the YouTube of Pavarotti and the Cranberries performing Ave Maria live. Look that up. It's going to fuck up your whole day in the best way possible, but it's incredible. Alas, we got 20-something people in the chat here. Say what's up, say GM, because I see you all are here, but like Anthony commented and said, what's up? That's the only way I know you're here. And I want to say hello because I am incredibly grateful that, as many of you do, choose to watch me scroll Twitter every day. Still haven't quite figured it out. Oh, we've got Mrs. Dude Lifts in the chat. Hey, babe. Love you. Then we've got Mr. Cat say GM. And then we've got Cappy in the chat saying GM. I believe that's how I'd read it. And Anthony says, congratulations for being here. Exactly. Congratulations for y'all being here today. Let's start scrolling. We got 20 minutes on the clock because I got that 9 a.m. meeting. And then we've got Top Shot Hop Shot that says love that beast. And that's exactly what I'm saying is the timeline provides. And the first thing I'm seeing is this digital display beast, which is a great Disney pin. So, at this point, if you're not on Pinnacle, what are you doing? If you're like, I don't know how to download an iOS app and spend my credit card, that's fine. Go buy D-Pin if you want to gain exposure to Disney Pinnacle. At this point, there's so many ways to do it. Let's keep going here. Let's see. Deepangster says, proud to be an Azuki. For some reason, when I saw that, I just imagined that as like, I read it as like proud to be an American, like in that kind of tone, like I'm proud to be an Azuki, where at least I've got red beans. That's how I imagined that song would go. All right, maybe that's my thing. Maybe Clemente's dancing and I singing. Maybe that's how we understand crypto Twitter is I sing, but hopefully I'm not a top signal. So maybe that's how that works. Oh, look at this canned Gatorade. Wow. Coop, this is like an elite cultural play right here. Acquiring canned Gatorade. That's just like, so good. So good. I've seen this account teasing these like I assume they're NFTs. Like they're like anatomical NFTs. Really interesting. And I think this person is like a physical therapist. So I don't know. Really interesting. Really interesting. Let's see here. Tried to pay for my coffee with YeePay this morning. The guy pulled a gun on me. Hey, at least you tried. At least you tried. Creators who sign up for Sploots AI before October 15th and make a one-time payment will be locked into a significant discount. I need to check this out. To Jonah's credit, We've got Michael Hirsch in the chat says keep it going. I'm just going to assume that he means my singing voice. So that's what I'm going to assume. Joan has been shilling this sploots, and I say shilling in the most polite way possible. Like, just it's a product that he's working on. He's trying to promote it a lot, and it seems really interesting. So I need to check it out. Yes, deploying tokens on Blind is free. Free. I did sign up for this Blind thing. Like I said, I thought it was like a so for those, this is a little bit of a deep cut. There's a thing called Sofamon, which was tradable stickers on Telegram. This is like pre-Telegram NFTs, yada yada yada. You had like an avatar, and you could change out wearables like shirts, hats, sweaters, cats on your head. And they partnered with a lot of major brands. They partnered with Blast. They partnered with Coinbase. A lot of interesting things. But they're starting a new company called Wish Wish Art. So would recommend following them because OX+7, who's the founder of Sofamon and Wish Wish Art, is an absolute cooker, and I trust that man. Why I say all that is I thought this Blind thing was a digital blind box, but it turns out that it's a token launchpad. But apparently I'm ranked fairly highly on it, so we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it's not another one of those. What was that one where you had to like commit to launching a token and like what was it? It was that Boop. Boop. Boop.fun. That is a pretty clever name. Wow, it really is unfortunate how that went because the name is so good. Let's keep going here. Pond says nobody is thinking about you. Nobody who was ever thinking about you. Anyhow, they aren't. They weren't. They never were. People are mostly just thinking about themselves. People don't have time to worry about what you're doing or how well you're doing it because they're all caught up in their own dramas. Thank you, Pons, for just dropping that on the timeline. I feel like that should have come with a warning. You know what I mean? Like, should there be like a depth warning? You know, we're here for the escapism. We're here for the alternate reality. The Twitter timeline is our metaverse, and you gotta fucking do that shit, bro. So in the spirit of that, a deep warning for myself. This made me think about one of my favorite words that's actually not a real word is called sonder. And sonder is the concept that everybody else around you who you encounter every day, from something as simple as like the barista at the coffee shop to like someone driving by and you see them like in their window, like in the car, like think about all of those people have their own little like anthills of like complexities and lives and dramas and connection, like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. But everybody has those, and everybody's are intertwined, like them driving by, them serving you coffee, them checking you out at the grocery store. And so that concept is the kind of like realization that everybody has those, and that when you're walking around, they're all connecting all the time. So you're welcome for that, early morning hit of acid, and we'll move on. Yo, we've got Sticker Dude who's on his clip arc here. Yeah, Sticker Dude. Yeah, shout out to Sticker Dude because Sticker Dude has been clipping this stream. So who would have thought that anybody would ever clip me scrolling Twitter? That is not a sentence I thought that I would say in 2025. Anno Domini. Wow, look at this. Look at this. I'm going to give this a like. I mean, come on. Come on. This is great. This is great. Totally and Jesse Pollock coin it. So funny. Ooh, Blind launch comes out in 24 hours. It was 39 minutes ago. Stay goblined. See, it's like go blind, goblin. If anybody watches Cody Co, the goblin mode, like I'll be having that. That's what it reminds me of. Yo. Min. These are good. Dude, I'll say I was at an Azuki event in Brussels, and they had these like red bean kind of like Jordan style sneakers on display. Azuki merch, just unstoppable. So, I mean, dude, look at that. Would you just look at it? Let's keep going here. Coming to an iPhone near you. Anything, anywhere. Couldn't be less descriptive. Across 24,000 yaps a day. My God. Holy moly. That's a lot of yaps, dude. That is a lot of yaps. I'll say I'm scrolling backwards. I don't do this, but that's impressive only because like a lot of people who are like yap farming or whatever, it's like very clear. Like granted, I only see Beast stuff as it like comes across my timeline organically, so maybe I'm not seeing all his posts. But if he's yapping intentionally about different protocols, he's doing it well, or at least in an informative way, which is like, hey, good advertising, good marketing. So it's like, good job. So shout out to ICO Beast. Let's keep going. This just reminded me of what was it? There's a contest going on right now to make a patch for the Red Bull Flute Talk that Doodles is going to be participating at, and which I'm on the flight crew, which is crazy. I was tweeting about that the other day. It's like I grew up watching Flute Talk, like, and just how hilarious it was. It was kind of like of the Rob Dyrdek, like, ridiculousness era, like just these people launching these silly planes like off a thing and falling in the water is incredible. And I'm just like, just at a loss for words that I'm going to get a chance to be there, which is just awesome. Let's see. Not going to lie, a good podcast focused on apps is the biggest opportunity for a content creator right now. Imagine testing products live with founders, breaking down the UX in real time, collecting feedback straight from users. It's that kind of content that's both fun and valuable. Bro, I mean, I don't want to be like, I've actually had this idea. But I've talked a lot about how many crypto apps I've used, like a lot. And one of the first guests actually for Scroll With Me was SHA256. He now does listings at Coinbase. But he had a show on Bankless called Apps No Entrees. And I've seen other people try this concept. So it's like, it's not that it hasn't been tried. It just maybe hasn't hit quite yet. And I got close. When Zora was first coming out, I wasn't even subtweeting them. I was tweeting at them all the time. I'm like, this Spark shit is the dumbest shit. Like, you guys should cut that shit out. Because I've used a lot of crypto apps and I thought it was dumb. So maybe I ought to do this. Is just have like a, because it would be very similar to like a Scroll With Me format. I'd literally have my phone like using the app in real time. And yes, it has to be mobile. Because if it's a desktop, it's not an app. It's a website, bro. Sorry. It's not an app. So yeah, it's got to be mobile optimized. Like, speaking of talking shit on products, speaking of Cato, like Cato still does it. Maybe they've changed this in the past couple weeks. Maybe credit where credit is due. But for the longest time, maybe till this day, you couldn't export your social card on mobile. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm on my phone looking at my yaps, looking at Cato, whatever. And then I'm like, oh, I'm on my phone on Twitter. I want to export my social card. And I have to go to desktop to do that. Like, that's insane. And granted, you know, there's someone probably crunching numbers. It's like, well, the majority of our traffic is coming from desktop, and so we optimized for the platform. Put it on mobile. The vibes are not right. You want vibe checks as a service? You can follow your numbers all day. Follow your numbers. That's fine. I'm not going to stop you. But I'm just saying. All right. Yo, look at this. Oh, Ethos. Yeah. Hey, Ethos, where are you at? We're scrolling Twitter with Ethos Score live. The Chrome extension is live. Do we need to get Serpent tax on here? All right, let's go here. Oh yeah, we had 9 minutes left. I felt like it was time for a refresh here. So we've got Jesse Pollack here saying trending creators now live in the base app. That's cool. That's awesome. Speaking of mobile UX, this is just turning into an app roast show now. So maybe I'm doing exactly what that guy said. So I have Coinbase Wallet. I've had it for years and years and years. And my understanding is that Coinbase Wallet will at some point become the base app, but I don't have access to it. But the icon changed to the base app. And like the intro screen is the base app intro screen. And so now literally every time I log into Coinbase Wallet, it goes like base app. And then it's just Coinbase Wallet and it sucks. And I'm like, it's the most disappointing user journey ever. Jesse, fix it. Sorry, I'm a little bit fired up apparently about these things this morning. Let's keep going here. Let's see. Hey, me and this guy, Nerov, for someone who really places an emphasis on UX, unpronounceable name is not the vibe. Have users land directly in the app with a quick and simple tutorial. It's way better than to use the enter app button. Yeah, 100%. If I go to your website and it goes like, now launch the app, which opens up a new window, and that don't even get it. Opening up a new window. What do you? Why? All right. Azuki has really shipped. We need a cleanse. We need a Wale cleanse. Is it whale or Wale? I'm not sure. I'm never sure. I can never remember. Azuki has really shipped a lot this year. Plus 2 really exciting new product drops, super limited watch and energy drink series. Wait, with Cheerio? Wait, like Cheerio the cereal? Nah, that can't be right. Right? Cheerio? Yeah, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's some brand I'm not unfamiliar with. This stream brought to you by Spindrift. Stay hydrated, my friends. Let's keep going. Oh, we're back at the Sploot Creator. We're back. We are so back. Yo. Board It Kennel Club tattoo. Okay. What year is this? I see you. I miss the old Kanye, the pre-coin Kanye. Yeah, look at this. I've seen a couple Kanye charts on the chat. What's the what are we looking like for the market cap here? What are we saying? $1 billion. Okay. At some point I checked last night, it was 2.9 billion. So we've come down quite a ways. All right, and I'm headed to sleep. That's enough innovation in the internet and creator capital markets for one evening. Yes. Dude, speaking of, this reminds me of, I guess this Hayden guy, I saw some of their USDC, maybe up to 57 million, got unlocked, which is wild. Because I'm fully talking out over my skis now, but I just saw a tweet, so I assumed it was true. That a judge ruled that they weren't doing something wrong. I don't know. Crazy work. Did you survive Crypto 9/11 last night? Was that the easy coin? Yeah, glad I missed that one. Tinder swiping for prediction markets. Yes. I mean, once again, it's not like this stuff isn't being tried. I've spent a lot of time at hackathons over the past year. I have seen teams build similar products. I've pitched this idea for a UX for products, and something about it. There was an app called Best Guess that took a crack at this. Maybe it's just not specifically prediction markets. Maybe that's the part that nobody's quite nailed yet. But it's 100%. 100%. It's the whole concept with the euphoria. Tap tap tap, trade. You should swipe, predict yes, no, bet. Long, short. But for some reason, it just hasn't quite taken off yet. But I think it's probably inevitable for sure. Wow. A year ago today, Chromie Squiggle number 9999. The final squiggle was minted to the LACMA. Look at this little Brontosaurus. That's a cute squiggle. They must have been very happy when they minted that. That's a good one. It's just so good. I feel like the majority of those who fade it because they're viewing it like any other crypto token, and I think that's an incorrect way to look at it. My view has always been the power of Web3 allows you to build IP, community, and show more. Yeah. I think what OSF is doing with Rec Drinks is amazing. I think the whole brand coin thing is just mimetic alignment, which isn't anything particularly new, which is fine, but it just means that he's positioned it in a narrative way. Let's see here. Crypto intern project is something that goes slightly viral. Marketers 5 minutes later. Here's why what project is genius. How project just created the new playbook. Project. Same thing that if your token price goes up. Oh man. I remember the one that most stood out to me was, and hey, we're not calling anyone out, but it's just the one that's come to mind. I remember after Good Vibes Club minted out, there was someone on their marketing team that was here's what we did that was so sick, and here's why. And it's it was pretty vanilla. Like, it was like, this is kind of, the regular community management and like mint hyping. But because it minted out and because the price was pumping, it was like, damn, these motherfuckers figured it out. That shit was smart. So yeah, there's got to be some kind of logical fallacy, and please someone in the chat let me know if there's almost like a fallacy or a term for like attributing forethought or genius to like what could be like out of their control, like luck or markets or something like that, right? Like, is there? It's like rose-colored glasses, I think is the saying, but maybe if there was a more crypto version, I would love that. If there was a term for that, be incredible. Entering a new dimension, bruh. Dude, I think I saw something like this at my local science museum. It is cool though. Gigi caught the Kanye token live on stream under 100 million, by the way. Nice. Wait, what's funny is I don't even actually know if that's real, but it's hilarious either way. Hilarious either way. Oh, this is interesting. You can now make legal licenses on Abstract using Abstract's AGW Slick Wallet in their new build. I created a way for developers to integrate. Interesting. This is cool. Yeah, this shows like how what Story is building could be utilized almost like as an app layer for other networks. So I think that's cool. That's really cool. And Jacob Tucker is a real smart cookie. So, oh, this Cerebro thing. I thought this was Cerebro. I saw like a spaces. They're like featuring Cerebro. Thought it was Cerebro. Mistakes were made. We got 2 minutes left. Oh my gosh, I've lost track of time. So let's get a refresh. Let's see what the final countdown. We've got, looks like BZ is having a spaces chatting with PokeWorld. Oh, this is cool. Okay, this is cool. See, this is something that I think a lot of people haven't grasped about BZ. One is their network of just kind of like collectors and friendlies and stuff like that. But like, I almost think BZ is underselling themselves in a way where they're like, hey, we have this claw mechanic. But what they haven't, like, I think promoted in a way that's really interesting is like, one, they have a partnership with Brinks. All of your RWAs, your trading cards, your sneakers get vaulted with Brinks, right? Brinks is participating in tokenization. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. And then not only that, but they have all this like AI powered verification software. One, they work really closely with tag grading, which I think is a disruptor in the grading space, which is going to blow up. And they also partner with a company called Entropy that does AI powered sneaker verification. So it's like you think about StockX just got sued because they're selling fake product knowingly, right? And they go, and their ultimate thing was like, well, we just can't verify it. That's the reality. Entropy has a 99% verification rate with a money back guarantee. All of those sneakers are vaulted at Brinks, and they're tradable on chain 24/7, global and liquid. I'm like, BZ isn't just making a claw. It's like it's replacing StockX. And look, you have a 400K a month seller and whatnot partnering with them. Like, you could easily see streaming being incorporated in that, them working with different resellers to make their own claws. Like, this is much bigger than that. So it's 9 a.m. That's my final show for the day. The chat was awesome today. Thank you everybody for being here. We have almost 100 people watching, 70 people in the chat. It's 9 a.m. You know, that means I got that meeting. This is episode 49. We'll be back tomorrow with episode 50. It's a big one. Who knows? Things might get crazy. And until next time, I'll see you all on the timeline.